You have reached your destination.
Yep. And the fronts are done. So I need to do the rear ones, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I'll show the rears in a sec, but I'm going to wait for a little bit to let all this fiberglass dry. So I've got these things screwed together with a sandwich of fiberglass resin and mat between the two that'll act as an adhesive. And then I've got wood screws all the way down, as you can see there. Once all this is set and cured, I'll raise the chassis up, and I'll just knock off those screws and put a coating of fiberglass on the underside. I'm going to pause and show you the other side. There, and I've done the same thing. So, not only did I sandwich fiberglass between the two layers of wood, I also put a couple layers between the wood and the car, the body rather, the chassis, the body, as you can see there, and to the wood itself, so that when this thing cures completely, it's going to be even more stiff, extremely stiff. And there you go. So the pieces that I've made as big massive washers are both on each end, both screwed down as well as fiberglassed over. When the fiberglass cures, I will re-drill out the center so that it's not blocked. Okay, pan over, and here are the backs. Okay, so again, once the fiberglass sets, once all that fiberglass sets, and I'll start on this tomorrow, I will then get to the rear ones here. So I'll be doing the same thing, just a sandwich of wood, a sandwich or two of wood, and that will be that. Now I want to let this this fiberglass resin all set, so that I can ensure that these boards here are as parallel to the ground as they should be. Okay, I have a suspicion that the body's been flexing a little bit, and that's okay. But I may be putting shims between that and the rear, so we'll see how that goes. Which that won't be too awfully tough. That's not hard. So that is that for now. I'll pause and show you this. Well, fuck it, I just go over here like this. Oh, let's see, where is it? Not that you can see too well, but there's the other rear mounting piece. Okay, so with those, I will have one, two, the two in the back, 3 and 4, these two, 5 and 6, and the two in the front. You can kind of see 7 and 8. Okay, main 8, meaning eight mount points to the chassis. At some point, I may consider the front. I'm still undecided as to what kind of a firewall I'll put in there. I'll likely do something straight. Straight and then down. That conforms with that area there. So I don't know yet. I'm just not sure. So enough for now. Okay, so I've got the rear mounts put there. I've got a bunch of ugly over drip to take care of. Other than when it's dry, it'll just shave off. And screwed down. Let me back up here. So I got a sandwich of 1.25 inches or whatever, and then another piece on top of that, as you can see, to balance out the complete height of that rear mount piece. Between that homunculus, between each pieces rather, I've got fiberglass and that extremely thick mat there, right? Between the sandwiches, I've got more of the same fiberglass mat plus resin, And I've screwed that down to itself and to each other about 6 different ways. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ways so far. Because of the door opening, I can't get in there too well, so I'm going to, once this is cured and done, raise the entire thing and put more fiberglass in there when I can get to it better, right? I'll pause and go around the other side, which is a little uglier. As you can see, so this constitutes drawing, redrawing. You can see the lines I've drawn there. Cast marks, not cast marks. I'd call them navigation marks, but you know, things that are going to jog my eye. And I mismeasured there at the very bottom, so I've had to redo some stuff. Ah, Jesus Christ, you can see some of that shit going down. I'm going to wipe it up before it hardens. Again, this is ugly as piss, and I'm not too proud of it, but you know. So, there on this side and on the other side, you can see the hole that will allow the bolt to go all the way through to that mount point. And again, once this dries, I'm going to finish up the fiberglassing, just because getting in there is kind of a pain in the ass, I'll be honest. It's easier once this thing cures and I'm able to lift the body up and get in there, you know, when it's, oh, I don't know, chest height or so. I'll just step under it and go. So I'm going to wipe off that resin before I finish up, leave my garage door open for a little while, let some of the fumes out, and that's it. Yep. Okay, so I think I'm done. I've shaped, maybe I should pause, take a different vantage point. I've shaped, ground down, and gotten rid of all the resin that is squeezed out, so everything's all in one simple plane. I've also moved that big ass thing out of the way, and you can see that because I'm a dumb shit, I wasn't able to get in there before this stuff cured, and so I've got something that's not going to get seen. I mean, you know, obviously when I get into the body work, I'm going to hide that so it won't be seen, but still, I'll know it's there. And yeah, I'll pause and go to the other side. And it occurs to me that I need to drill those holes out from the underside for the bolts that the areas for the mounting bolts. So I'll do that next and call it a day anyway. There's the other side, which doesn't look too awfully bad, but you can see again some areas that I'm going to have to hide when I put the bodywork together. Hey! And that's it. So I've also ground down most of the drips and so forth there. I also need to, like I say, drill those holes out, but I'm going to call this a day. Call it a win and post this damn video while I take a shower. I'm covered in grit and gunk and junk and stuff.